In a restored barn in the center of Harwich is a museum bearing the name of one of this seaside town's famous early residents.
Elmer Kroll was a master decoy maker. He was born in 1862 and died in 1952. And he became very famous in his lifetime because of his beautiful work that he did.
The Harwich native started making wooden duck decoys as a young teenager when duck hunting was at a high point on Cape Cod.
It was a big business. The commercial duck hunters would sell their ducks to Fulton Market, and they were in the restaurants in New York City would buy them all up.
Despite his keen aptitude for carving blocks of wood into beautiful birds, Kroll only started selling his work full-time when he was 50 years old.
What is the kind of the building block of all decoys?
Is the wooden block, and in this case we use white cedar.
Paul Phillips had a number of jobs before he started making duck decoys around 1980.
So that's what I did. I cut meat.
Wow, you've been around blades your whole life.
Yes, I have, and still got all my digits.
Now Phillips has set up shop within the same walls where Kroll once created his world-renowned carvings.
I enjoy creating them. I love painting them. I like what I see when I'm done. And that gets passed on to the students.
Phillips is passing along his passion for the craft to others by teaching decoy making workshops open to the public.
So now you sand both directions?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep, a little pressure, a little elbow grease.
Today, duck decoys serve primarily as folk art, but the fake fowl can function as real decoys. They're designed to look as lifelike as possible so that hunters can attract the real thing.
Name of the game is to get that duck flying overhead down to within its shooting range. The stuff I make for myself is hollow. I always throw a little lead shot in there before I seal it back up. The commercial duck hunter liked a lighter decoy is because he had anywhere from a dozen to 2 dozen of these decoys slung over his shoulders as he was tramping across the marshes to get out to his duck blind. So he would always ask the duck maker, please make them hollow.
Ducks and decoys aren't the only draw on this part of Cape Cod. With nearly 11 miles of shoreline along Nantucket Sound, Harwich is hard to leave and easy to return to for visitors and locals alike.
Harwich's history and heart.
Lynn Zalisak was born and raised in this town of 13,000, which triples in population each summer. After college, she found work as a teacher in Texas, then moved back to the Cape in 2020.
The town has gotten a little bit bigger. There's a lot of new construction. There's also a lot of the old buildings that have disappeared.
A member of the Harwich Historical Society, Zalisak is working to preserve the historic buildings that still stand.
One of the reasons people come to Cape Cod is to see the history. This is where it all began.
This Doric-style Greek revival was constructed in 1844, Cape Cod's first high school, Pine Grove Seminary.
We had people coming from all over the Cape and the islands to come to school here. It cost $4 for a course.
Renamed for the school's founder, Sidney Brooks, Brooks Academy is now home to the Historical Society and its museum. It's also in the midst of a 5-year, $1 million renovation.
It became a mainstay for the town, so it is a special building.
The Brooks family made its mark in Harwich, contributing to the town's development in ways that are still serving the community.
Brooks is the family, originally called Broadbrooks. They were amongst the original settlers and original purchasers of land here.
There's the Brooks Free Library, Brooks Park, and the family helped fund the construction of the First Congregational Church.
Their influence, especially up here in the center, is everywhere.
As for Paul Phillips, his family made its own impression here. He's a lifelong Cape Codder whose family roots date to the late 1600s. It's a legacy he's happy to uphold, along with the art of duck decoy making.
What do you love about this part of the Cape?
The people. They're so friendly.
And back to the Brooks Academy building. It's such a treasure in town. It's actually included in the official Harwich seal.
And if you're interested in learning duck decoy making from Paul Phillips, well, you're going to have to wait until next summer when the next round of classes will happen. But all levels of ability are welcome. 10 classes next summer.
Awesome. All right, next, a proud legacy of cranberry farming.